Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. The US restrictions on Huawei have not been relaxed, and there are signs of further expansion of the restrictions. This affects not only Huawei, but many American companies will also add variables. After all, Huawei is an important customer of most American companies. After the cooperative relationship was affected, the life of many American companies was actually not easy, and their revenues and profits all declined. Moreover, Huawei has embarked on a self-developed route, and the self-developed products launched will put them under greater competitive pressure. Based on these, the consequences of banning Huawei have emerged, and the American media can't help feeling the price of sanctions. Huawei is the world's leading technology giant, and one of the few Chinese companies that can compete with many American companies. In Huawei's business, it almost has benchmarks with American companies. The smartphone business is benchmarked against Apple. The Hongmeng operating system is benchmarked against Google Android, and the chips are benchmarked against Qualcomm. The key point is that these benchmarking businesses of Huawei continue to develop and grow, and they are about to go side by side with American companies in the global market. As long as Huawei is given enough time, it is not impossible to break the technological monopoly of American companies. But before that, the United States had its eyes on Huawei and tried its best to prevent Huawei's technological development, and did not allow American companies to provide Huawei with advanced technical support. Originally, Huawei was a loyal user of American technology. Ren Zhengfei also said that he was pro-American and encouraged Huawei to learn excellent technology from the United States. If it were not for the restrictions of the United States, Huawei would always maintain cooperation with American companies. After the partnership was affected, the consequences of banning Huawei emerged. First, U.S. corporate revenues and profits plummeted. American companies have had a hard time these years. Huawei is one of their major customers. Losing this part of their business is equivalent to losing an important market share in China. Most U.S. companies, such as Qualcomm, have experienced a sharp drop in revenue and profits. According to Qualcomm's second fiscal quarter results, revenue was $9.275 billion, a year-on-year decrease of 17%. Net profit was $1.7 billion, down 42% year-on-year. Another chip giant, Intel, also experienced a sharp drop in revenue and profit. In the first fiscal quarter of fiscal year 2023, Intel's revenue was $11.7 billion, a year-on-year decrease of 36%, and its net loss was as high as $2.8 billion. Qualcomm and Intel are the most representative mobile terminal chip and PC chip companies in the United States. If their revenues and profits have plummeted, let alone small companies. Moreover, Qualcomm's situation is not only poor in performance, but also caught in a wave of layoffs. Qualcomm plans to lay off 5% of its global workforce and live a life of shrinking clothes and dieting. Second, American companies are facing greater competitive pressure. The decline in revenue and profit is just the beginning. The temporary sluggish performance can continue to work hard in the future. After the industry demand grows, American companies will still be able to usher in a large number of shipment opportunities. But the future market industry will not be decided by American companies, and American companies are facing greater competitive pressure. Because under the restrictive measures of the United States, Huawei has embarked on a comprehensive self-developed development route, operating system self-developed, mobile phone glass self-developed, ERP system self-developed, EDA industrial software self-developed, almost all self-developed. Xu Zhijun, Huawei's rotating chairman, revealed that Huawei has developed 78 software and hardware replacement tools, making it clear that it wants to get rid of US tool dependence. Based on Huawei's many self-developed achievements, industry partners can also benefit, and everyone will gradually use highly reliable Huawei tools. In the self-research ecosystem established by Huawei, more developers and domestic manufacturers will participate, and they will participate in self-research breakthroughs together. With self-developed technology, there is no need to look at the faces of American companies. The United States does not allow American companies to provide advanced technological products, so it can be used by itself. In the long run, the market monopoly of American companies will be broken, and customers in the market will all use Huawei's self-developed tools. American companies will undoubtedly face greater competitive pressure. I am afraid that Biden did not expect it. The restrictions on Huawei not only did not have the expected effect, but also further stimulated Huawei's determination to develop itself. The revenue and profits of American companies have plummeted, and they are facing greater competitive pressure. These are the consequences of banning Huawei and the price of sanctions. However, Huawei is a private company after all, and it is still difficult to replace all tools with all American companies. Qualcomm has released 3nm chips, and the problem of Huawei chips needs to be solved in the global industrial chain. In terms of 5G, Huawei smartphones do not yet have access to 5G networks, which depends on the efforts of domestic radio frequency chip manufacturers. The United States started earlier and accumulated a large number of core technologies. Under the protection of intellectual property rights, Huawei needs to explore more paths facing the future. Huawei has to continue to work hard to strengthen its independent R&D capabilities, increase innovation in core technologies, and invest in R&D in key areas. At the same time, Huawei can continue to improve its products and services based on market demand and technology trends, and provide customers with better solutions and experiences. And in the fields of digital technology, cloud computing, artificial intelligence and other fields, we will improve our competitiveness and influence and achieve more remarkable achievements.